to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the...
And welcome, everyone, to the Man Cave. My name is Paul Knapp, and I will be your host for tonight's show. This is season number 2, episode number 36, I believe, for the year. And we have a whole slew of guys in the green room tonight. We don't have one superstar, but we got 4. I'm going to go ahead and start with my introductions. This first one here. You guys all know this guy, or maybe you don't know this guy. He's a little early for Halloween this year. This is the president of the AOA, Jeff Shear. Probably didn't hear my introduction for you, did you?
I did. Woo, 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 woo. What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on, Paul.
Thank you, brother.
That's my San Diego surprise for you.
And you guys remember this gentleman right here, Mr. Medic Mike. How you doing, Medic Mike? Thanks for coming on, brother.
Anytime, man.
People were talking about you a lot last week at Joe Lanta, man. Let me tell you.
Oh, really? Was it good or was it bad?
Your name came up. Your name came up a lot down there.
Sweet. Adverts.
It looks like we got another person ready for Halloween down here. I don't know who this guy is, but he does come from us, from the great state of Nevada. This is Mr. Max Sogg himself, Robert Castro. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, guys?
Nice. Thanks you could join us tonight.
Yes,
and finally,
sir.
from the great state of New York, we haven't seen this guy in a while, Mr. Angelo Di Annabelle.
Hello. Evening.
The
Good to be
flocker
back.
extraordinaire.
Good to be back, guys.
So we got an AOA reunion going on here tonight, gentlemen.
Yes.
Let's see who's in the chat room. Maury Kurgan.
Hey, Maury.
Maury's here. Andy and Indy.
Where's Andy?
Big Boss Jack. I met him last week down in Atlanta for the second time. Cool guy.
Yeah, he got a good haul, man.
Stacy Armstrong. Yeah, he did. He made out, man.
Yeah.
Stacy Armstrong. He bought one of those Humvees, man. A tan one too, but it wasn't Hasbro. It was that other one.
Ultimate
21st
Soldier.
century.
21st century. Yeah.
21st century one. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was walking out with that.
Yeah.
Big Boss Jack. Stacy Armstrong's here. Thank you, Stacy. Mike's GI Dojo. Yes.
Hey.
So you guys can all see that on the right.
Yep.
See them all. Hello, everybody. Yes,
Stacey.
thank you, Stacy. Big
Bunch of
Boss
rough
Jack
dicks.
Murray. It's good to be back, guys.
Andy.
Yeah. I said we're putting the band back together, man. It's like a family reunion here or something.
Right?
I don't know what to say here. If I go around and say what's new in your zoo, each one of you guys could take about a half hour since the last time you've been on the show. Man.
Wow.
If you guys promise to keep it to like 5 minutes each, we'll go who's in the zoo and.
Well, you definitely forgot about me then. You know, I love to talk and hear
I know, I'm
myself.
saving you for last, bro. I'm saving you for last. Robert, you were the one that wanted to put this all together with these guys, so I'm going to let you go first. What's new in your zoo, buddy?
Well, as you know, this time of the year, I am busy painting a bunch of these guys. So I just got through painting a batch of these.
Nice.
And so when that's happening, G.I. Joe activity kind of goes down, but you know, I still manage to do some stuff. As you know, I just finished the newest episode for Mystery of Demon's Eye, and then just recently I've got a new diorama that's going to be premiering here at Paul's show, then later on in Mines, and that involves
Nice.
Oh yeah, cool.
Max Steel.
Steel, yeah.
the MX-25. I just kind of put new decals on it, cleaned it up, and stuff. So that's going to be on the new diorama, and working on that. That's the Project Mammoth. That's the
Yeah.
mock. Now I'm working on the chassis in another room, so building that up, and I'm just
Wow.
using that as reference to measure like all the aluminum trailing arms and everything, so it will stay around that dimension. And then as far as sewing, not much, but I had to get this one ready for like the next episode of Demon's Eye. So you might have seen her in a different outfit on the newest episode, but she changes into that.
Very nice. Very tight.
Yeah. And I'm also working on putting together decals and like painting the details.
Oh
on
yeah,
Cool.
Wow.
that's from
I
Jim.
like that.
the Jim Egner thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Got that at the DFW show. So
Wow.
Wow. No
gonna be
doubt.
painting detail
Freaking awesome, man.
That is
That's
dope.
huge.
No
and
shit.
putting in glass. Can't have that without any glass because all the gravel and dirt is gonna go inside there. That's the lower part. That's the thing that cradles the drilling machine. But
Are you gonna make that remote controlled?
I plan to make a. There's these things you can get on eBay. They're like tank kits for like those robot guys that build like those computerized robots.
Mm-hmm.
And the seller told me I can wire it so it's just a simple, remote control using like regular hobby remotes. And I'm going to try and recreate a new cradle so that I can be able to like tool around with it with that in tow. So it'll be a bigger machine underneath of it.
You're gonna have the drill spin?
I'm trying to get it. If I can get this cone off, I want to, but it's kind of right now. I can't figure out how to get it off. Maybe if Jim's watching, he can tell me the best way to get this thing off. But it spins freely, so I mean it's pretty easy to motorize that.
Yeah.
That is cool.
That is
Wow.
huge.
Damn.
Huge.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
big.
I also noticed, is that a Great Mazinga or Mazinga Z back there? Is that a Bandai one behind you?
Where?
Against the wall there?
The
Under your
robot?
shelf? Under your
Oh
shelf?
yeah. That's the box.
That thing's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, man. He's up there with the rest of my.
Oh, dude, that one
Big
Bandai
guys.
made is dope.
I know. I've got that on pre-order. I know you got yours early.
Yeah.
You got the Japanese release, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. That was
Andy
so
and Indy wants to
cool.
know if you have a T-Rex big enough to bite down on that vehicle.
He'll probably make one.
Shoot. Wait till you see all the stuff I'm making. Once this show is over, I'm going to change my scheduling for our big shows so that I don't like end up doing just one or the other. I can be able to do both at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Hillbilly Rick is with us tonight.
but that's what I got for what's
What's
in the
new in
shop.
your zoo?
In the zoo, yeah.
All right, brother.
Wow.
Jeff, we're moving on to you, brother. What's new in
Well,
your zoo,
I
man?
don't have anything as epic as what Robert done because that might be the most seen in a long time. That's rad. I've got a few things going on though. I just wrapped up all my photo story, principal photography for Jungle of Death, which drops on Halloween. I think you guys are really gonna like it. Here's the main character in it. He's got Skunkworks Customs outfit sewed by my seamstress, aka my mom.
Oh man, that's awesome.
It's good. It's gonna be great. It's probably one of the most fun ones I've done. I have been taking some time late at night while everybody's been sleeping to kind of mess around with Tinkercad and my fuel drums that I make. I used to mold and cast all the parts, but now I've actually 3D printed the gauge, the hose hole, and the hanger, and I just finished modeling. I just finished modeling a fuel nozzle. Yeah, it's gonna be similar. It's gonna be similar to the vintage one, but I wanted to do my own take on it. So it obviously will hang. It'll hang on the hanger like so. So it kind of just
So it's not resin anymore.
No, it's gonna be all PLA plastic.
Well, that's
I
gonna be a
just
lot
bought
stronger.
I just bought some metallic PLA, so I'm going to be able to do all those. It's going to be way quicker. This is one I just finished up. It's a helicopter fuel drum.
Oh, cool. I love those, man.
I am working on modeling this portion here, the control handle. So I've got it modeled in Tinkercad, so I might make this portion 3D as well.
Cool.
And last but not least, I just got this Four Horsemen Studios Frankenstein's creature in. This is a great figure. It's amazing. I like a lot of their stuff. I don't buy a lot of it. I just buy their Figure Obscura line. I only have like 3 of them. But this is really cool. They're calling it Frankenstein's creature. So, I mean, whatever. I did a review of it that's going to drop next week. But I think it's a really great figure. Very detailed, and I really enjoy it. So,
Jeff,
that's all.
what's the size on that? Is that 7-inch or?
Yeah, I think so. Whatever Four Horsemen puts out for their Mythic Legions, I think they're 7-inch figures. They vary in size, so it's almost. I think it might be 1/12, but I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the scale on that stuff because I don't really collect those types of scales. I thought it was a cool figure. There's a lot of reviews out there of them, so my review will be pretty shitty, like all my reviews. So feel free to click on through it.
All right, brother. Medic Mike, I know you got a lot of stuff in your zoo, man, or your basement.
Oh, I got some stuff piled up.
The laboratory.
Been a very busy summer for me, but I do have some stuff. Was digging through my old stuff and I found this.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
The size of that.
It's RC, it's 1/6 scale. It's amazing
Wow.
what you forget you had.
Wow.
I also found a yellow RC Hummer in there in 1/6 too. Unfortunately, it's not the one with the interior. I
Oh,
don't know if this still works. Got to test it yet.
wow.
But even if it don't, check the
That's still
detail.
nice. Yeah, that's still
Was it
Yeah.
running the ball when you got it?
Yeah, but it's been sitting down here for probably 15 years, so I'm pretty sure the batteries ain't worth a damn anymore.
You probably put new ones, probably wire new ones in there, I bet.
Yep, something. We'll see.
Knowing you, I know you can do it.
Oh yeah, I can. I can do anything. I'm a man.
Whoa. What are you doing, Hurricane?
All right.
Except run a camera.
And as you guys have probably noticed, and I've been talking about a little bit, I've been working with some of Jim Egner's trailers here and stuff with the MSC.
Wow.
And let's just say we're doing a little sizing and measuring to see exactly how this is going to go.
Wow.
Helicopter transport.
Yeah, man.
That's
and,
dope.
and as usual, you know, tons of this stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see here. What else we got? Oh, Barbie shit can be cool.
Yep.
Oh man, you're
Yeah,
telling
that's
me.
great. I thought that was 3D printed there for a second. I thought that Jim had made that for you.
No,
That's
this
cool.
is from this is the Barbie's You Can Be Anything Scientist set. It had a lot of pretty cool accessories with it, so I started painting up the pink parts into a more reasonable color.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Barbie does have a lot of cool stuff though.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Stuff I
that
didn't
would
even know
be-
they made.
Oh, and to go along with that, and this would also work great for a mad scientist type thing. At Hobby Lobby, I found a whole bunch of these little weirdly shaped bottles.
Yeah.
yeah, I got
Yeah.
I've seen those.
I figured
Yeah.
like for maybe like a Frankenstein's laboratory diorama or something, those would be pretty cool. So I grabbed them.
Yeah,
That's rad.
those come in handy, dude.
Yeah, let's
absolutely.
see. What else we got here? Let's see. Unfortunately, I guess that's just about it.
I don't know. That's a pretty good amount of stuff. That
I know,
transport looks wicked, man.
Are you gonna repaint that Jeep?
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the Jeep yet, aside from just getting a battery in there and seeing if it still works. Quite
It's
honestly, I'm looking at that thing and it's like, it's cool. Yes, no doubt. And Joe fits in there. I used to put him in there, previously, but that suspension, it being so tall, looks kind of goofy. Like I said, we'll go ahead and we'll figure it out and see what I can make out of it.
Yeah,
cool.
it's a monster truck.
All right, man.
That's,
Well,
that's cool.
it's against my better judgment, but I'm going to bring him in. Here he is. Angelo D'Annibale.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, we only have
Yeah.
45 minutes left of the show, man. I'll just let you know, right?
No, I'll be fairly quick. I haven't done a whole heck of a lot, especially in the 1/6 scale. After I've been gone. I've been off the show. I've been busy. The summers are supposed to be a downtime after school lets out, but it becomes project time. I mean, during the school year, have little to no time to try to get projects done around the house. So the one world takes over. I told everybody about the pool situation going on, and there was a lot. I built a deck. I did the pool. I redid the boys' bathroom. So there was a lot of projects that had to happen. And then, I had to fit in a little vacation with the boys. So we went down to Jersey, Wildwood, Jersey, just me and the boys. And we did nothing but drink beer and work out and sit at the beach. And it was the best. It was the best week in a long time. So I think we're going to try to make that an annual thing now that all the boys my two sons are legal. So we're going to drink, work out, and enjoy the sun. So we're going to do more of that. But what I did end up doing is, I know the 1/12 world is not everyone's gig, and 1/6 will always be number one. But the 1/12 world, trying to bring those adventure team figures into the 1/12 world is kind of a goal I have now. Now that I got into flocking those heads, I want to get them out there in people's hands and have them, reinvent the adventure team in 1/12. So I've been doing a lot of that. I've sent heads everywhere and anywhere. I got to send another set to Hawaii this week. I sent some to Puerto Rico. I sent, so it's a busy time with flocking. I've done some 1/6, but it's been a lot of 1/12. I put out a couple new comics. I don't know. One was like with some monsters. It was all 1/12 scale figures, adventure team figures, and a couple monsters that I had. That was a fun one to make. And then I redid. I've always wanted to do in 1/6 scale, but I never had the opportunity. So I did it in 1/12 scale because I could use my table. I put about 50 pounds of sand on my table. I had some carved styrofoam, and I redid the Peter Pan book and record of the Mummy's Tomb. And that was a lot of fun. For me, taking photos, it takes me a bazillion photos just to get some that are right. And then sometimes I have too many and adjusting. So, Robert, I give you a hell of a lot of credit because I know that when I go through trying to find a couple good photos to put in there, and then the timing, that was the hardest part for me, was trying to get the timing correct with the audio, because I had the audio running in the background and trying to have the transitions working for that. If you haven't had an opportunity to take a look at it, I think it's pretty damn good. I was really happy about that. So I will be taking all the Peter Pan book and records and trying to redo them. For now, they're probably going to be 1/12, but I am hopefully able to finish a 1/6 1/12 story where I'm incorporating both the 1/12 and 1/6 into a kind of a Halloween comic that I'm working on right now. I wrote the whole story. It's just trying to get time to photograph. Of course, I have observation next week, which pain in the ass. And so now I got to do some work to try to get my lesson plans spot on for my boss to come watch. But it's going to involve obviously like a shrink ray. So Joe's in his lab, and the goofy redheaded Mike that I kind of use for my comic relief. He's going to mess around with the shrink ray, and we got 1/6, 1/12. So,
Return of Dr. Shrinker.
Hey, Angelo.
Yes, sir.
Have you had? So are you doing all classified bodies in on those heads?
All classified. Yeah, the classified bodies I've been using. I know that Rick uses a lot of Valaverse and some
Yeah.
other
Have you-
brands as
That's what I
well.
was going to ask you. Have you kind of delved off into some of the other manufacturers? I mean, like, I know that like Fresh Monkey Fiction has the Eagle Force line that they're going to start doing in 12 scale. They got the Operation Monster Force, and they're doing actually. I don't know if you guys are aware, but they're doing a set of spy figures, and they're putting out 4 heads that are all
Yep.
the original Adventure Team heads that look just like the ones.
Yeah,
So-
they're molded. They're molded heads, and I know that the Valaverse, the Monster Force,
Yep.
they got some awesome looking figures, and
Yep.
I did look at those, $35 a pop. I don't know if I can bite on that right now,
Right.
but those are really really cool.
Yep.
The Valaverse, I know that there was one time, I think who's the owner of Valaverse? What's his first name?
Bobby.
Val.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby, I think he said something in regards to trying to get him flocked.
Yep.
And I think his whole Valorverse, world was like, oh no, flocking, blah blah blah, bullshit. We like the more detail work of the plastic fucking heads, and all you numbnuts in the 70s, all you flocking fucks. Yeah, I'm like, grow up, motherfucker. Excuse me. I mean, like, come on. If people like flock, they like, so what? But people get, all their panties in a bunch, and they get all nervous and jerky because something just doesn't like. Then don't buy it. No one needs, twisting your arm to do it.
Yeah.
But if you like it, rock out.
Yep, I agree.
Oh yeah, dude.
So
Well
sorry.
said. Well said.
So you missed all the F-bombs, huh?
Angelo, you did have a question there from Action Joe Figs.
Okay, sorry I missed it. I
He
was
wanted
talking
to
to
know, will they fit on Action Force?
I
those-
think so. I don't not for if they have, as long as they have the little ball joint, when you pull the head off, it has the little ball. You use O-ring. So if I could go to Curtis Lumber and I got the little O-rings that will fit right over the top of the ball, and it extends it to make it a little wider to accommodate the 1/12 heads, because those 3D heads, the resin printed heads, they have a larger diameter opening. So you have to make sure that it fits. It has a tighter fit. So I just put an O-ring over the top of it. And some of those fatter ones, I don't even know what the hell they're called, but Rick Bradshaw had a picture of the box that he bought from one of the car. What am I looking for? Like O'Reilly Auto Parts kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he bought them there, but you can get them online. You can get them at a lumber store, and those work great. You just got to get the right fit.
Cool.
Got another question here from Rick Spalding. He wanted to know, did you do an Ark of the Covenant set? Was that a set of comic books or a set of figures?
I've done a comic book. I did with that one. I did where monsters came out of the Ark. That was a quick little comic, but I didn't do. I've done box sets, but I don't think I've done. And I did one with the Ark of the Covenant box set. Yes, I did.
1/6 scale or 1/12?
Yeah, 1/6. 1/6.
I remember that one.
It was an awesome set. I mean, the sets that I had done in the past 1/6 scale, I thought they rocked out. And I mean, I took a lot of time to make sure the gear that I got was really, really authentic looking. Try to kick it up a notch. And a lot of the stuff I built myself. I mean, when I did the White Tiger set, it was a cage I built all out of bamboo. And it was an awesome set. The one with the King Cobra, another one with the Ark. Yeah, I did a lot of sets. I should, I think they're on my YouTube channel somewhere.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very cool. And that wasn't too bad. I was like
Not
10
too bad. I could have, and I thought I would be shorter, but sorry, man. Go ahead.
Well, before we get into your videos that for Robert and Jeff, I got a special treat for you guys.
Yeah, let's do it.
For all you. Now, I invited somebody else to come on the show tonight.
Oh, really?
And it was now I know you guys all know this guy because he's been on more than once, but he was on the show. I think he was my second or third special guest I ever had on. If any of you guys can guess.
Is it
Way
Buddy?
back when, a year
Buddy?
and a half ago, whatever it was.
Jim Egner?
Buddy.
No.
No?
He said he has what did he say? A face for radio?
Oh, is it Tom?
No.
Peter?
Oh, Jesus, I kind of remember Face for Radio.
Well, he likes dollies. He likes to play with
Well,
dollies.
Gregorio.
Greg,
Yeah,
there he is.
Dude, all right,
Hey,
man.
Oh, how's it
Hey.
going?
Isn't that what you said at one time? You had a face for radio or something?
Yeah,
Or a voice
exactly.
for-
Yeah.
You got a great voice,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
How's it going, buddy? What's new in your zoo?
You know, it's been pretty slow, but fortunately for me, I've been, getting back into things, and I've been fortunate enough to get a lot of Action Man heads, and that's what
Oh,
I sent to
yeah.
you originally
Well,
in
yeah,
that one
that's
episode.
beautiful. I saw that figure.
So-
That's
Love that
beautiful.
setup.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I love
So I've
that
been,
setup.
trying to find bodies for them and what have you. So just working on these couple figures here and there.
Look at
That's
this
about
guy.
it. But I was fortunate enough to be gifted this art piece of one of my favorite versions of G.I. Joe.
Combat Joe?
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. Who did that
figured
for
I'd
you?
showcase that as well. But
Who's the
it's good to hear
artist?
that everyone's been doing well, and I'm known for collecting dollies, even though they're smart dolls.
Where did you get
So-
where did you get that? Who did your print?
The what now?
Who did your Combat Joe print?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if I can give the artist name.
Okay. Well, you don't have to. Was it somebody you know then?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
essentially.
cool. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
okay. I
But did
think
you
I was
get it-
fortunate enough to get that.
Did
as
you
well.
get it off the dark web?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Pretty
well,
much.
That's cool. Did you pay for it Bitcoin?
Yeah.
You might want to cover that girl's looking a little spicy there on that shelf behind you, brother. She got that tank top. She got that tank top. I'm having a hard time holding this guy back. He's about ready to jump through there. Ah.
I knew this
What-
was
How
a
do
bad
you see
idea.
that? Where I don't see it. What are you talking about?
On the
I'm in
bottom right.
How can you not see it?
The bottom right.
You know, Greg, I wore my shorty short shorts down here. I think it might have been a mistake.
That's why
I should've
Greg's
just
hiding,
said no
he's hiding
today.
behind. And did you shave too, Greg? No
Yes, I
mustache
did.
today. Yeah, he did. See that?
hey,
Shave?
yeah.
What's that? Shit.
Clean shaven.
Well, unfortunately, I can't grow a beard to save my life. I grow cat whiskers.
it's
So
okay. It's a curse.
This is
trust
about
me.
as thick as it gets for me, man. That's why I'm jealous of Jeff, man, with his Viking.
for real.
Well, Mike could grow a pretty bodacious beard there too.
If I let it go, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. If you get a little squirrely, if you get a little go native out there, stay down in that basement a little too long.
Yeah. That's what it's like in Wisconsin, man.
Oh boy.
You need it for the winter.
Hell yeah.
That's
Yeah, I'll have
true.
to wait till I retire. I have to wait till I retire to grow that.
Oh, you're not allowed to grow a beard, Ange?
No facial
No.
hair on teachers? What?
No, I could, but I like to. I only keep my little flavor saver here going on. So
For me, it's just a matter of laziness. I hate shaving, so screw it.
Me too. I just like, what the hell? Embrace it.
Rick Spalding wants to know what's the fig behind him. I'm not sure. He's got a bunch of figs behind him.
I
Which
know,
one's he
that's a
talking
good
about?
question.
He's probably talking about that one that we're all talking about.
unless he's
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
one.
man, I've seen her in
Yeah, just put that up to the camera. Yeah.
Watch out. Is that
Yeah,
Laura
yeah,
Croft?
No, this is
Jennifer
Shepard from
Aniston.
Resident Evil
That
5.
Resident Evil
Oh,
5.
okay.
That's,
Yeah.
I thought that was Laura Croft.
That's a
No,
nice
I got
looking
Laura
lady.
Croft.
there.
dang it. I can't believe I'm
God,
forgetting
that's
the name.
sick.
I don't have any girls or female characters in any of my photo stories because I don't want a lawsuit.
Oh boy.
All right, we got two videos to show tonight, and as I was telling these guys earlier, I have room for one or two videos if I cut out my outro. So we got two tonight. Jeff,
Yeah.
you want to go first?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you
All right,
want me?
we're just gonna drop down in little, so you can like talk through it, and we'll all shut up.
Sure. Yeah.
I
So
believe-
as Paul gets this going, this is for my Halloween photo story special, Jungle of Death. It's going to be the sequel to my Footsteps of Giants photo story I did probably three or 4 years ago. So it's a continuation of that storyline. It actually ties into a lot of my other photo stories. So this is a little excerpt from it.
all right.
Let's do it.
See if we make this work.
Oh, yeah.
Can you all see it?
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, this is already really cool.
want to know how you put those flames in there, man. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there you
Very
go.
brother.
Yeah.
Great,
Valley
great
is awesome,
promo.
man.
Great promo. Love it. Love it.
You know, with that, when I got that care package from Sean Huckster, there was a lot of really cool stuff in it, and it's taken me a year to make this, but I wanted to incorporate basically what I try to do with a lot of my photo stories is I try to incorporate stuff from all the manufacturers like Huckster, Brad Curry, Jim Egner, Cotswold, as well as my own stuff and other stuff from other people. Because I want to basically with my photo stories, I kind of want to make a large scale toy commercial for all these guys. And that's why I always, every time I do these, I kind of follow it up with a what's in the shop to tell you exactly what I used, how I did it, and kind of give these guys a lot of credit for making a lot of the cool stuff that drive the hobby. So I'm just like the delivery for the really cool items that those guys make. I know Robert does a lot of similar stuff to me in that regard. So I think this is going to be an awesome photo story. It's going to be gory. It's going to be dope. So I hope you guys really enjoy it.
Yes, absolutely.
Looks
Yeah.
cool from the intro, man.
If you're game, Paul, I would love to send a couple little clips of
Yeah.
things I've done.
Dude, absolutely. So I was just going to say that I have stuff in the box, in the waiting room, if you will, from Andy from Indy sent me some stuff.
Oh, cool.
Chuck wants me to go over his outfits again, so I got that video on that one. Matthew O'Connor just sent me some stuff today, so I'm going to work on some stuff for him. And then Walter McLeod, remember for him from Lennard Toys?
Yep.
He got some new stuff coming out too. So
That's neat.
please send me your stuff. Even if you just send me pictures, I can put in a little video clip and put music to it, whatever.
Yeah.
But I like to run at least one every show, if not two. You know what I mean? And
Cool.
get the
Absolutely.
word out from other people. So,
Yeah.
Robert, we're going to move on to you, brother. Is that all right?
Yeah, man. Go for it.
You want to say anything here before we pop it up?
It's just one of my like good old fashioned quick dioramas, and I'm just setting it up because I'm going to be doing more lengthier versions of that with the jet. And unfortunately, I didn't have as much time as I was going to do like an aerial kind of scene and then him landing to where it is. But play the video and you'll know what I mean.
So before we start that, Vincent said they used to do a Joe Lanta show.
Joanna used to, they used to, and that like the Mummy's Tomb one. There's a 1/6 scale version of the Mummy's Tomb. It was pretty cool. That's why I didn't want to really go 1/6 when I did mine because I knew someone else had already done it and was at one of the Joe Lanta shows.
Jeff, you threw in a little stop motion there too, man. I think
I know.
Tom Hansen.
Yeah, I try to do it. I try to do it a little bit with every photo story. It's just like
You've done stop motion in some of your videos, though.
Yeah. It's
That's
just
a Tom Hansen thing there, man.
I like to do stuff super quick. I don't like to
Yeah.
spend. I don't have a lot of time to spend. I mean, doing stuff, but I try to spice it up a little bit. You know.
Yep.
It doesn't always work.
No,
But they're all fun, man. I love.
Yeah, I love doing the photo stories.
I binge watch all your videos, dude.
You guys are gonna love my Thanksgiving special too. I think you guys are really gonna like it. It's awesome.
All right, let's get ready for Robert's here.
All right.
You can throw it up here. Of course, no children allowed to watch Robert's
Oh,
videos.
sweet. This is
Mac Sog.
Woo.
Dude, that jet is awesome. I don't know
Yeah.
where you found that. Later.
holy shit, Knapp. Damn.
Wow.
These your guys are always impressed with what I'm thinking about big stuff.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
All right, I got
man,
three
that's cool.
things. I got three things about that, Robert. One, I said, first for Jeff and for Robert, what I love about the fact that the way you both do things, that it's the same but different. I mean, how with the photo story and how that looks versus the way Robert does it, and with the voiceover type things, and it's just using the same, the 1/6 scale and the storyline and the adventure team, but doing it in a very unique, different way. And I think that's awesome. And I said, and how I do it too, I try to go back to like a comic format with the pages turning. So it's really neat to see everyone's own take on how they go ahead and tell a story. So that kudos to you guys. It's fantastic. Two, Robert, that background, the backdrop. I said the only thing I could envision in my head is looking through my ViewMaster viewer and seeing the training tower and seeing the blue. And I had a blue helicopter in that one. If you look through the ViewMaster, there was a blue helicopter, and I was like, boy, that was cool. I don't know where the blue helicopter ever came from or where it went. But that reminds me of that scene and seeing the Land Adventure going across on the zip line. I mean, boom, that just popped into my brain real quick. Those backdrops, I probably have about 10. I used to do down street. There's a comic book store, and I used to put a different backdrop like that, 10-foot backdrops in the comic book store window with a different display every season. So I would change it like for a year, and all of them ended up getting faded out by the sun.
Yeah.
So I lost a lot of backdrops that way. And then after I would put so many things in the window, I didn't know where the hell to put them when I came back home again, because I lost space, and the space got filled with other stuff. So I miss doing that. So I love to see the backdrops. I got a couple down in the basement when I do a couple little photo shoots, but yeah, awesome stuff, guys.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Dude,
Thanks,
all
man.
around, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, it is cool because we do have all of us that have our own unique style, and we all tell stories, but we tell them similar but yet different. Because Adam, G.I. Joe Lost Chronicles, and I kind of do similar ones. You've got Tom at Spider Monkey does his stop motion stuff.
Yep.
Pat Lead Action Joe does some stop motion, and you've got Newbie Modder does his green screen adventures, which are really good. Then Tar Productions is like the super stop motion guy.
That's the action stuff that
right. And then Robert, the Viewmaster Vision is one of the most original creative things. When you started doing that, that's super dope, man. It's just so cool.
Thanks. Yeah, I couldn't do the stop motion. I just don't have the patience for it. But
it takes a lot.
Yeah. But I found a way to kind of mimic motion by manipulating the camera, so just some just abrupt movement here and there, does some of the small action shots.
Now,
Cody Poplocks 4583. Cody does some awesome stop motion. Like his is clean, just clean.
Yeah.
Well, you expected nothing less from him though, because everything is pristine, with all the things that he makes. So he's not going to put anything out there unless it's top notch.
Yeah, he's gnarly.
Now, Robert, that there's some guy, the gentleman, his name's Christos Craig, I believe his last name. I've locked a couple heads for him, and he's been using some AI program, and I'm trying to pick his brain, but I'm not getting anywhere from him. And he says I think it's called Kling, Kling AI. It's some type of program where he was able to take, and I've done a whole bunch of sailors for him. And the latest one, I don't know if you saw on any of the Facebook pages, it shows a bunch of guys on deck, and they're all pulling a rope. They're all
I saw that post.
And he did all of that through AI. And I'm trying to figure out how the heck, because that would be like, that's the next step for taking these figures and then creating those stories where the figures are moving, and not necessarily in with a stop motion, but I don't know how long or even where to start with something like that. And it's got to take forever.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem you run into with some of the stuff, like especially on like my end, is time. I have a lot of awesome ideas, I think, but executing those and the idea when I put it on paper to executing, it's really hard. Like the one I did in July, Armstar, took me 2 years to do that.
Wow.
So it took me 2 years to just get everything I needed to do it. and then I had to have the right window to do it all. So, I mean, AI is great, but I enjoy going out, taking my figures and playing with them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, sure.
I feel like AI to me, this is my opinion. I feel like AI is kind of, for what I like to do, it defeats the purpose. Because I wouldn't
Yeah,
like
no,
this stuff if I'm not. I mean, if I'm just going to get on the computer and build it out, you know.
it's yeah. To me, I use
Yeah.
AI like seasoning. You know, if you put
Yeah.
too much of it, it ruins any dish.
Voices,
So
special effects, a little bit.
Yeah.
I use it to augment what's there. So with me, you know, like I use a lot of the AI stuff for the voice.
Yep.
Yeah, and but you know, I don't let the AI do everything
Yeah.
because, like, if you do like text to speech, it sounds wonky
Yeah.
because they'll mispronounce words or there'll be patches where they sound like robots.
Yep.
So I have to do it myself. So
Right.
Yep.
I'm on the mic doing everybody's voice, including the girls, which kind of gets weird sometimes. But
But it makes it. But it makes what you. I know you do the girls' voices too, because I can always tell. But it makes it so unique, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
yeah,
just it's yours. It's uniquely yours.
Right.
It's your. It's like
because
being
when
an
it's
artist.
done,
So,
when it's done, it's like it's you when you hear it, it's like you forget you're the one that did it
Yeah.
because you know it's
So do you dress differently when you do the girl voices, Robert?
just a little lipstick, just a little lipstick.
Hey,
That's
Gregorio,
it, as far as I go.
Gregorio, you were a film guy, right? A producer, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you went to school for?
Yeah, I went to school for cinematography, so more
So
so
what's
lighting and
your take
camera
on
work.
AI, man?
Well, I
Be
mean, I
honest.
think it's more like Robert said. It's better to be used as like light seasoning, if anything, because something that I kind of often think of is someone said that pretty much AI is art without a soul, right? Because you can
Yeah.
tell a difference between an AI image before an
Yeah.
actual image that someone created, right? But because I know that hurdle of wanting to do something at a grander scale, but not having the time to kind of get everyone together to do something. So I think using it for voices is perfectly fine to an extent, because at least Robert is using his own lines and
Right.
then altering it from there. But if you're just, ripping someone off,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's a blurry gray zone, unfortunately.
It's definitely a polarizing topic,
Yeah.
It is.
especially among the
Agreed.
art community. I mean, oof.
like it's best used as an assistant, not to
Exactly.
run the whole show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just imagine the crowds I hang around with, like, because I hang around a lot of artists.
Yeah.
They are very touchy with that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing. If they won't
Well-
use it on packaging, nothing.
No, it's taken away from the artist. I mean,
Yeah.
literally. I mean, when you put something on paper, when you do pencil to paper, or you're doing your own photography, and you set it up in your brain and you put it together, and you're looking at the lighting and you're looking at this and that, and someone else is doing it for you, it's no longer really yours.
Yeah.
So you do lose that personal aspect of it, because now an artificial intelligence is taking it over. So yeah, it makes me crazy. And like I said, this is a topic that could go on and we could talk about forever. And people get really, really intense about it, but it's unfortunate. The direction that it's going is a little scary.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
No,
Yeah.
it-
I agree.
Here.
especially
Got
the deep fakes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Deep
Right.
fakes are just that.
Yeah.
Absolutely
And
scary.
my son teaches high school, and they have to have constant meetings about how the kids are using it to write all their papers and stuff like that. And the teachers can't keep up with trying to find out whether or not it was an AI created, whatever Chat GPT or whatever, all these
Yeah.
different programs. And even even his principal has been using it to do his speeches to talk at their faculty meetings. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's
It raises a question for me, Angelo. How easy is it to tell in a student's homework, for example, or an essay if it's been done by AI?
I wouldn't know. I've never seen an essay done in AI. What my kids do, I know, because I see all the mistakes that they make, and it's
I've
very
seen
clear.
those things write stories for comic
Yeah.
book. It's
Yeah.
scary.
Scary
Yes.
for
Scary
fifth
how
grade.
good some of it
Fifth grade, I
is.
wouldn't see. They wouldn't. It would be so blatantly obvious for a fifth grader. But
Okay.
once you get into high school and you get into college level, it's very difficult for them to differentiate between the two.
So
Okay.
I can tell you
It
real
would
quick.
depend on which AI you're using too, as well. Some are more
Yeah.
sophisticated than others.
I can
Right.
tell you a real quick experience I did a couple weeks ago. So I was working on a project and we had it was doing some steel repairs on a bridge. The beam ends. We were plating the beam ends, and we have some type of bat that's roosted up in there, and we had to go through all this environmental shit to get these fucking bats out from under the bridge. Right? We had to address it with a special provision, a special contract document.
BB
So
gun.
I wanted to see, I wrote my own, and then I wanted to see what Chat GPT would come up with. So I did a Chat GPT, told exactly, put the two together. I'll tell you what you can tell. If you're familiar with writing contract documents like that, there's a humanity that's lost in the Chat GPT one. It almost generalizes everything in a broad scale, whereas it ignores the nuances of how you write, maybe, or how you would word things. That's what it does. And it was interesting because I was joking with the guy doing the environmental, like, we got to send this document over these environmental eggheads, and they probably would have loved the Chat GPT one. Probably would have loved it. Oh, yeah. But that's my experience with it. Is it's almost there's nuances that are just not there, and I don't know how you'd tell on a grander scale, like an essay or something. I mean,
yeah, with some art, it's easy to tell because
for sure
you could tell the intelligence is just mimicking, because like small details in the back, you're like, what in the world is that? Like you'll have like a small person that's kind of like done like Picasso, where it's the
That's
upper
all
half is
You mean this
facing
perspective
front,
is
but
skewed?
the lower half is turned around.
Yeah.
right.
I get you. I've
It's
seen a
weird.
lot of AI pictures and stuff, and they look right in the face usually, but most of the time they're like they got like 8 fingers and stuff like that. It ain't that hard to tell that way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
wild times.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it looks to be a useful tool, but you shouldn't let it run the show.
No.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, let's get back to Joe talk, because this AI shit's really getting it's really
Pumping you up.
fucking.
Well, hey.
Skynet's coming, man.
Yeah, it
We're
is.
gonna have to get Terminator and shit. Go
Nobody asked what's new in my zoo.
Yeah, what's going on with you,
What's
Paul?
going on your zoo, Paul? What do you want to?
Joanna.
I'm just throwing this in because of Jeff and Jeff's mom. I've been working on this guy, Jeff.
Oh yeah, it's that, oh cool.
So my Cotswold body just came in, and I bought a white belt and pouch to go with the outfit you sent me.
That's dope.
And I'm working on a photo story for this guy. So,
What do you call it? What's he going to be called?
He's more of an environmental kind of hazardous waste sort of thing.
He's a bat disposal expert.
When can we expect this guy around?
That's a Brad Curry.
Guano man.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I
and
don't know
get
if
the
you guys,
gas mask.
I don't know if you guys saw, but Brad Curry posted that he was taking a break from his shop, so he's having some health issues. He said so.
Oh no.
Yeah, I did see that. Yes.
Thoughts and prayers for Brad.
Yeah,
hope Brad's
absolutely.
doing all right.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you, I ran into Buddy Finothy 2 weekends ago at a Joe Lanta. He looked great. We went out to dinner. We went out to dinner twice. Angelo, he couldn't stop talking about you, man. He was like,
we had a
like,
great.
Did you see those flocking heads that he made? Those little heads. That's an art, man. I said, that's just fucking crazy, man. That's what that is. That's not an art. That's just crazy.
Eye strain, man. Oh god, that would make my eyeballs do this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's bad. I gotta take a break after I do the little ones, but
yeah.
Looks like you
gotta
got
hand it to you, man. I don't know how you do that. Jeez.
It's
Dude, there's so many talented guys right now in our hobby. It's pretty crazy, really, if you think about it. I don't think anybody sees enough. I mean, like Chuck does some awesome stuff, but I see all his stuff on Instagram, and it's just we're kind of a renaissance period,
Yeah.
not where we want to be, probably. We'd like to see some new stuff made, but I think when you had Daryl DePriest on, and he was talking about basically the customizers are driving the hobby now, he's 100% correct.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, that's how all of it started, you know, because back in the 90s,
yeah,
that was all there was custom stuff.
yeah,
And when they saw, you know, when the company saw that like all these customizers were like, you know, the go-to guys, all of a sudden you had outfits like Dragon, who usually just makes like models, doing 1/6 scale stuff. And then Hasbro started doing 12-inch GI Joe again. Then 21st Century got in the action, which wiped us out. All the customizer guys basically became extinct, you know, because we couldn't possibly compete with, you know, all this really highly detailed stuff done in factories.
yeah,
But
Really
it was
flooded
good.
the market. There's
Ultimately, it was good for the
still out
hobby.
there.
But just
yeah.
think, they're all gone. I mean, a lot of them are gone. I mean, they made their money, you know, and it was flying, and they went and they got too big, too fast, too excited.
Yeah.
And then they just, I mean, they were blowing out the vehicles for $40 at Walmart. And it was sad. It was so sad to see them go because there were so many possibilities. What my fear is, you look at, except for Gregorio over there, who's the young man who's still trying to grow the mustache. Everybody, we're all getting old. We're
Yeah.
all getting old. And, you know, I hate to say it, it's just, what's the next generation going to bring to this? And you don't see the young kids collecting whatever, but the 1/12, I see more people doing a lot of photography with it.
Mhm.
And I see a lot of photo things going on, and the art is unbelievable what some of them are able to do, but the customization pieces and what you guys are doing and building and creating, you don't see that in the 1/6 scale as much anymore. And I think what happens when we're gone, or too old to do it,
Who knows?
who's
I mean,
there?
I don't even know if there's
Culture
an
has to
answer.
change because
Yeah.
you know right now, if you're a boy, you're most likely going to gravitate towards the video games.
Right.
Yeah, true.
Because that's how come Barbie is surviving, because girls still like to dress up dolls.
Yeah.
You know, they still like to talk about fashion, and Barbie is still relevant because of that. But because boys just don't play with, you know, toys unless you have a dad like Jeff that raises somebody like Ollie.
Yeah.
You know,
That's just like one kid, though, you know? I mean,
yes, exactly, right? So
yeah.
Joe
because-
Joe Lanta had one kid come up to me, and he was probably 14 years old, and his mom said he watches the show and watches my stuff, and I was like, wow, I was taken back, but I mean, that was it, man. There was no kids there. Any kids were going to Valaverse, you know?
Right.
I mean, we're almost kind of like a group of Neanderthals, kind of, you know? We're just, you know, everything is just, it's just going past us, and we're just still doing our things and enjoying it. I think that's all I'm going to do. I mean,
I don't think we're Neanderthals, because
No.
I think we were the smart kids, and then the generation today regressed.
yeah.
You know,
There's definitely, in my opinion, and I could get into this, and probably be a lot of people disagree with me in the O-ring community, but I think there's a lack of creativity. I think, but that's because I'm, you know, we're a little bit older, and you know, we do a lot of wacky stuff.
And we did, and you know what? And we grow, and I think most of us grew up with having older brothers or cousins or somebody who had the original stuff and destroyed it or broke it or did shit to it, and then we always longed for that, and we wanted that, and we gravitated towards having that and taking care of it and doing something with it and playing with it and having the imagination and creativity to bring them back to life. And that's how I see it. Is I always remember what my cousins did and what I wanted to do to be able to play with them. And through my life, it just got more and more and better and better as I got older, to be able to do the things I could do and be more creative and build things. So now it's like I'm out of time. I said, I want to retire because I want to do all these things more full time. I mean, Stacy, he does it like for a living when he does his flocking of his head and stuff. I talked to my wife and I said, you know what, hon, I said, 3 more years, I want out. And she's like, you know what? Maybe we can do that. And I'd be like, damn. I said, not just being able to do, and I said I could do the flocking on the side, but I would be all about creating my comics and doing these builds and doing it. I would be in hog's heaven. And I don't even need to have anything to get from it other than pushing it out there for other people to enjoy because it was such a passion.
Yeah.
I hear you. If I could figure out a way to do this for a living, I'd retire today.
Yep. Well said. I agree with all you guys. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Start easing into it now, Angelo.
What's that?
I said start easing into it now.
I am. I do. I get so excited. Like, what Jeff was saying, he said he waited 2 years. And I know you said first you can't wait, you got to get it done. But dude, you waited 2 years to get that done. And that's a lot of waiting and patience. My patience, I gotta shoot it in a weekend. Like, I got everything set up under my table right now. Now I'm probably gonna take a day off of school. A sick day, and I'm gonna go and I'll blast 300 shots to get that, to at least get the photos done, and then I can make my story. So that's the only way I can get it done. I can't wait.
Yeah, I don't have the focus Jeff has. I think in another life, Jeff built the pyramids and shit. I just don't have that kind of patience, man.
I'm just trying to buy groceries right now.
I heard that,
dude.
Hey man, it's we're at the 1 hour mark, man. Time flies.
It does.
Tell you what.
Great time,
Good
guys.
time.
Good, man. It was a good
And
get
fun
back
as
together.
always.
Good to
Put
be
the
back.
band back together here, but
Let's do it again.
and Gregorio, thanks for popping in and joining the crowd here, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for bringing the ladies.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Next week I have Open by Chance on. I don't know if you remember those guys, David and LPH. They were on Terry Lee Stairs. Couple videos,
okay.
so it's
Cool.
a couple. They were both in Atlanta, and I talked to them there, so they're going to come next week and talk. We're actually going to be talking about what to do with your collection when you're getting old, like us.
Oh yeah, that'll be a great
That's going
conversation.
to be our topic next week.
It's a state of mind.
I got to get on here one of these days when you have Daryl the Priest on again because I want to pick his brain about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
About
That
a
was-
2 hour episode.
You know,
That would be cool.
without getting off track, but that was so fun. Joe Lanta just being there. You know, I mean, Ace is like 3 tables down from me, and he's talking stuff, and like Daryl's right across from him, and I'm just like, holy crap, I don't know shit about GI Joes. You know what I mean? I think I do until you talk to those guys, and they're just like, and that one guy that wrote the book, he owned 3D Joes, and then he sold it to Ace, but before him, he did
And McKeeby.
Matthew McKeeby. Yep.
yeah,
Matthew.
he was, you know, and he's got this book, and he's like doing all the research on all the pictures, and I was like, God, man, I'm not doing shit, man. I gotta do something.
You're doing plenty, man. You're doing plenty.
No.
Oh yeah,
Look, Paul, without
You know,
this-
and then Retro Blasting comes up to my table. He's got 100,000 subscribers.
That was a funny video.
Greg Cook comes up. He's got 100,000. Scuba Pete's there, and I'm just like, I'm a fucking nobody, man. What am I doing here?
You're not. You're not, man.
I'm at 294, man.
And then this little 14-year-old kid comes up and says, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?" And I was like, "Why?" And his mom goes, "He watches your show all the time, man." I was
And I was
then
I was filth mouth tonight.
no, he watches the videos that I make, and
All right.
she said every time you do dioramas, he has to try to make one like you did and stuff. I was like, well,
Cool.
that's cool, man. That
That's
made me
dope.
feel good,
There
man.
you go, man. That's big enough right there.
That's what we want.
Yep. More to younger kids. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I want to thank everybody that was in the chat room tonight. Don't forget, next week, same time, same place, we're going to have David and LPH from Open by Chance. And anybody that wants to join us, be there. You know what? I'm going to leave us with one of your videos. Let's go with Jungle. How's that?
Send it out with Jungle of Death.
Send 'em out
Jungle of
with that.
Death, October
Go ahead.
31st.
Go ahead.
There it is. We're going to
There it is.
send it out with that one.
Badass, man.